All right, everybody, welcome to Studio B. I am your host, Pastor MDH. Thank you so very much for joining us here on the set. Remember, and remember again, wherever you are watching us from, you need to stop, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for everybody who joins us every single week here on the set of Studio B for our podcast. But today, man, I'm a little bit irritated, and I'm probably going to make some of you mad because I am tired of talking about the same thing, especially when in regards to African Americans, our existence, our plight in life, how everybody is out against us, how we can't do anything without the permission or the approval of the white man, and so many other people are, stopping our progress. I want to show you a couple things today that's probably going to make some of you mad, but it is what it is. I am a Bible believing man. I believe the Bible. I really, truly believe the Bible. Now, am I perfect? Absolutely not. There's no perfect person on this side of heaven. There was only one perfect man to walk the halls of earth, and that is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But I am trying every day to be more and more like him. And as a part of my growth pattern, I'm now 51 years old. And it is true that the older that you get, the less patient you become. The more and more you start to realize that people's opinions are just that, opinions, and they have no power to shape or form your life. And so getting to a point in time in my life where we just got to call things the way that they are, try to do it in a sense of respect and honor, but really not try to beat around the bush as to water down truth so that it makes it more pliable for somebody else. We're at a point in time to where people need to be told what it is, because it is what it is at the end of the day. Black folks, let me just tell you, it is just, listen, it's 2024, not 1824. Like, it's 2024. It's not 1824. It is 2024. With all of the technological, medical advances, educational advances that we've had, we're doing things now that we could have never fathomed 100 years ago. There are 139 black mayors in the United States of America. We have black people that are occupying the halls of Congress, writing laws, passing laws. We've had a black president that got elected 2 consecutive terms. We have a black female vice president for the last 3.5, almost 4 years. We have that same black female vice president is now running for president. We have black CEOs, black presidents, black millionaires, black businesses, business owners. We have all of these things coming on, and yet at the same time, we will decry to whoever will hear us about how unjustified people are and how they treat us. And the conversation is just so tiresome. It's almost sickening. When the Civil Rights Bill was passed in 1964, I want you to hear this. The racial differences in the United States were almost literally black and white. In the early 1960s, 85% of the population was white and 11% was black. Less than 4% of the population was Latino, and less than 6% was foreign born. So I want you to think about these numbers. We have 85% of the population in 1960 were white. 11% of the population was black. Now watch this number. Less than 4% of the population in 1960 was Latino. The biggest change in 1964 has been the growing diversification of America's racial ethnic makeup. The growth rate of African Americans has been slow, if not stagnant, rising just 2 percentage points from 11 to 13. Actually, the number is 13.4%. Now, y'all hone in on me, please. In 1960, African Americans made up 11% of the population. In 2024, African Americans make up 13.4% of the population. So we're talking about a span of 64 years, and the percentage of African Americans in America has only risen by 2.4%. That's some shocking numbers. In 60 years, we've only raised 2 percentage points. Our growth rate in America is absolutely stunted. It has fallen off of a cliff. And some of you are asking how, which is a great question. How in the world is that happening? Some of you are going to say, man, the white man is holding us down. The white man is killing us all. It is police brutality that is keeping us from populating. It is poverty that is keeping us in an impoverished state. It is the lack of education which is causing our numbers not to grow. None of that is true. In 2024, 1.1 million babies have been aborted in America just this year alone. 1.1 million. We're at October the 1st. So in 9 months in the United States of America, 1.1 million babies have been aborted in the womb. African Americans make up 13.4% of the general population in America. Yet we make up 40% of all abortions. We make up 13.4% of the general population here in the United States of America, but yet we make up 40% of the abortions in America. So if 1.1 million babies have been aborted in the United States alone in 2024, and African Americans make up almost 40% of the abortion rate, that means that in 2020 alone, we've aborted 400,000 African American babies in the womb. Just in 2024. Just in 2024, not 2023, not 2020, just in 2024, we have aborted a little over 400,000 babies in the United States of America. I can't personally think of any policy more racist than abortion. Like, I literally can't think of anything more detrimental, more criminalizing, more demoralizing than abortion. I have been racking my brain. What could be more racist to a particular people group than abortion and killing off that particular people group? In 60 years, our population has only risen 2.4%. By contrast, the percentage of foreign-born Americans has more than doubled, so that they too represent 13% of the population. Latinos comprise 17% of the population and are the second largest racial ethnic group after whites. Yeah, in 1964, 4% of the population was Latino. In 60 years, that number has quadrupled to 17%. Latinos are now the second largest ethnic group in America, right behind whites. Yeah. Now watch this. This group is projected to triple in size by 2050, accounting for 60% of the population growth over the last 45-year period. This is from the CDC, by the way. This is from the Census Bureau right here. This information easily defined by anybody who wants to take a deep dive into what I'm talking about. By 2050, Latinos will make up 60% of the United States of America. Yeah, and we just in the last 3 years have had anywhere between 13 million to 19 million illegal immigrants come across the border. And black folks don't realize that in just a short time, we're going to be at the point of no return to where black people in America will be the permanent minority. Happening right here in front of your eyes. Right here in front of your eyes. Don't know that you're being replaced by another system that is coming in. Okay, let me stay focused. This group, the Latino group, is projected to triple in size by 2050, accounting for 60% of the total population growth over a 45-year period. Non-Hispanic whites are the largest racial and ethnic group in the U.S. Do you hear that? The U.S. Census Bureau predicts that by 2050, non-Hispanic whites will be a minority. White people. And if white people are going to be the minority, you know what black people are going to be. going to be the permanent minority. But why is this going on? You know, let me just let me show you something. I want you to see something. Okay. This is Congress.gov. Okay. Aborted black babies. Well, let me go to Congress.gov first. Let me show y'all in the halls of Congress, because we have an entire political party that is building their platform on abortion, which is ridiculous. Which is absolutely ridiculous that we are killing ourselves the way that we are. Approximately, now watch this, as the discussion about racism continues to dominate our news, these statistics about aborted black babies recently came to mind. 1 in 3 black babies, 800 every day, are aborted. 800 black babies, 800 black babies are aborted every day, including on Sunday. 800 of them. In 2017, 39% of black babies were aborted in 2017. You ready for this? 61.3 million babies have been aborted in the United States since 1973. 19.4 million were black babies. Yeah, y'all tell me. Y'all keep pointing to this person, to that person. You keep talking about this policy, that policy. You keep talking about they racist, and yet black women are driving in droves to Planned Parenthoods, killing off black babies. I told you it was going to make some of y'all mad, but this needs to be said. This needs to be said. And so the number one issue that is facing our time right now is abortion. We are literally killing off an entire race of people, and nobody says nothing about it. Nobody says anything about it. We are killing our babies to the tune of 800 black babies are aborted every day. Let me give you a contrasting number. In 2023, we had 37,000 murders by guns. By guns. Last year in 2023, we had 37,000 homicides last year with guns. Watch this. We had 71,000 homicides by knives. But in 2023, we aborted 1.9 million babies. 1.9 million. 37,000 of that, 37,000 deaths in 2023 was a result of guns. Over 70,000 was a result of knives. But 1.9 million deaths were a result of abortion. And yet I got to sit around here and listen to all this foolishness when people talk about Black Lives Matter. Like, I got to sit around here and listen to people who proclaim from the highest rooftops that Black Lives Matter, that abortion is somehow some inalienable right. And especially in regards to the African American community. So we going to march up and down the streets talking about Black Lives Matter. But if Black Lives Matter, shouldn't they matter in the womb first? So if Black lives don't matter in the womb, why in the world would they matter outside of the womb? And we're sitting around here talking about all of this foolishness and all of this stuff that is going on in the world right now, and we're continually pointing the finger. Listen, there's no federal ban on abortion. The overturning of Roe v. versus Wade was simply at a federal level. Now the states get to determine that stuff. And I'm going to tell you, y'all ain't going to like it. Listen, I think abortion should be outlawed. I don't think you should be able to kill babies. There, right there. Write that down, take that to the bank, post it all over. I don't think you should be able to kill babies. Because the baby is not a choice. The baby is a result. The choice was having sex that led to the baby. The baby is not a choice. The sex was the choice. The baby is a result. That's basic biology, y'all. When a man and woman come together and have sex, especially without any protection or any protective measure, there is a high probability that a baby will be conceived. That's a result of two people coming together to have sex. That's the result. So the baby is not a choice. The baby is a result of a choice. If you don't want the result, make better choices. Now to those, well, what about the ones who are raped and incest? Listen, less than 1% of all abortions in America, less than 1% of all abortions in America are rape and incest. Matter of fact, Georgia and Alabama have laws on the books to where if you have been raped or incest and you bring a police report, then they will go and arrest said assailant. And I'll go ahead and make you a deal. Ready? I will say that less than 1% that fall into that category, let's go ahead and say that they have access to whatever care that needs to be done. If you then agree that the 99% cannot. Deal? We got a deal? No deal. Okay, so I will stand and say that less than 1% of the people who have abortions because of rape or incest should be granted abortion care if they have been raped or if there's incest in their family. Okay, I'll meet you there. But then what you have to then do is say, okay, I'll take that. And what I'm going to do is say the other 99% that has nothing to do with rape or incest, I'm going to outlaw that because the other 99% is convenience. 800 black babies are aborted every single day. 800 are aborted every single day, y'all. 800. And you have the nerve to tell me that your Black lives and Black Lives Matter? You got the nerve to point your finger at a white man and say he's the cause of the demise of my community? When our black mothers are marching in and out of Planned Parenthood. Time out for all of this, y'all. 78% of all Planned Parenthood clinics, 78% are in black and other minority communities. 78% of them. 78% of all Planned Parenthoods are in black or other minority communities. Crazy. It needs to be said because some of y'all are just out here losing your mind. And I don't know why you're so hell-bent on abortion. It just bewilders me. It just bewilders me. There are 8 states on the books who have banned the Born Alive Act. If you don't know what that is, the Born Alive Act is a medical procedure that in the event of a botched abortion and the baby is born outside of the womb, that when that baby is outside of the womb, even though the abortion was botched, the baby is still alive outside of the womb, then that baby now takes on full human rights. This is crazy. Full human rights, as if he didn't have rights inside of the womb, but that's a whole nother story. If there's a botched abortion and that baby is born outside of the womb, then that baby is afforded full human rights and must be given every medical procedure in order to live a life. There are 8 states that ban the Born Alive Act. One of those states is Minnesota. The governor by the name of Tim Walz, the vice presidential nominee. He said, we're not having that in Minnesota. Listen, they banned it. So in the case of a botched abortion and the baby is born outside of the womb, the hospital has absolutely no legal recourse to help that baby to live. They must not, I want y'all to hear this. This is 2024. A baby that is born outside of the womb in a botched abortion must be set and left to fend on its own. Cannot be given medical treatment. Cannot be given medical treatment. While y'all around here playing games. This is going on right here under your nose. And so the number one issue from a particular party is abortion. Like if you'll kill babies, like, what won't you do? Like, I'm listen, if you'll kill a baby, like, what won't you do? What's off limits if you'll kill a baby? Like, a baby that is completely and totally innocent, a baby that has never been asked to be born, that is completely dependent upon the person's, if you'll do that to a, like, what's your limit? What's your limit? When did your moral compass stop spinning? And, like, please hear me. We're fighting for this stuff. Like, you're fighting for the right to abort babies. Like, people are fighting for it. People are going to go out on November the 5th and make a choice. They're going to vote for no other reason but abortion. This is crazy. This is insane. Crazy. Just crazy. Just crazy. I know this wasn't a very popular one, but needed to be said. I'm still going to invite all your comments, good, bad, or indifferent. Put them in the comments box and all that other good stuff. Yes, I am a little bit bothered, but I know that God is able, and that God is able to make all things abound toward him. God is good. Even in this crazy world that we are living in. Hey, y'all stay blessed. It's hard to kind of go through the typical mantras after a podcast like this, but everybody, y'all stay informed and be empowered. Studio B. We'll see you soon.